Okay. Thank you.
Hi, Prony, where are you from? You're welcome.
Pranay Bala, sir, are you from? And welcome
Thank
to our
you, thank you.
platform. And
I am Dr. Pranay Bala from Gopalganj, Bangladesh.
Good.
Hello, how are you?
Fine,
Good evening.
thanks.
Bangladesh.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes.
Good. Oh, Tracy.
Tracy already joined. Hi, Tracy, good evening from Bangladesh and welcome to our platform.
I actually had been in here earlier, only nobody was here.
Okay, nice to see you. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you.
Good, that's great.
Yeah.
Good.
So I sent Montez a couple of things about global competency posted and stuff that I sent to her. So
Okay. It's a good topic because it is very updated.
Yeah.
And not all schools are working on this. Not all schools, and it's really a problem because students, when they are young, when they start school, they need to know about this. Global competence is very important, and little children know nothing about the world, so they need to be connected.
Yes, well, that's what we're trying to do, isn't it?
Yes, of course, but the problem is that it should become generalized, and many teachers are not paying attention to this, and it is very, very important.
Yes.
I'm surprised because I discovered that this is not taken into account practically. They are so obsessed with content that they forget the important things the students need to know, the skills they need to become real citizens, because they are the citizens of the future.
Yeah, well, and that's so true. That's so true. And we don't, we don't know about who each other are or the people that in the other countries, and that connection and understanding is really critical if we're going to be able to solve the problems that we're facing.
Of course, it's impossible to solve problems if we are not connected. That's really the problem we are having.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, Percy and Patricia and all audience, shall we start now formally?
Well, yes, a new
Sagorika
teacher is
Bhatia will
connecting.
join after 10 minutes. Sagorika Bhatia will join after 10 minutes.
Okay.
To inform
and
you.
there is a new teacher who is
she's on the way. She will join after 10 minutes. She also informed me. So some instructions to us before starting the meeting as done rules. Today we will run the program properly according to some of rules. After the first 40 minutes, we will log in again. Since I'm using always time zone, so if anybody wants to share something, we'll give you a chance to talk. Will remain mute while the my microphone and speaker speaks. We'll sincerely try to keep our meeting environment transparent and beautifully. So greetings to everyone on our program. This is a regular program. Just we Bangladesh chapter. Today is our 30 episode. Just gratitude and grateful to everyone from home and abroad who have been with me sincerely so far and hope to be in the future. Today, there has been a problem in topic selections. We have used here competency instance of competency. I think that the two words are similar, some of similars. So I'm really sorry for this mistake. I hope everyone will take this mistake. And the topic of our discussion today is education for global competence. First of all, I would like to request Patricia for opening remarks.
All right. Yes. Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, teachers of the world. The topic today is educating for global competence. You know that 21st century education promotes global competence. And the role of educators is to help students become engaged students and global problem solvers. Global competence is concerned with strategies, abilities, behaviors that students need in order to thrive in a diverse and interconnected world. When students are engaged globally, they investigate about the world. This means that they become curious and interested in learning about the world and how it works. They communicate their ideas around the world. They recognize perspectives. This means that they accept the differences that are present around the world. And they also take action because they learn that the world needs them to act and solve the problems of the world, because we know that they are the citizens of the future, so they need to be prepared at school. For this reason, we need to encourage teachers around the world to promote global competence in their classrooms. Building global competence is a journey. This means that it is not a destination. It is not an end point. It is an evolving, ongoing process we engage in throughout our lives. And this is what the students need to know when they start school. They are responsible for what is happening around the world. First, the concern should be within their own communities. They need to know what is happening in their town or cities. This means that the teachers are responsible for bringing the real world into the classroom. And teachers should wear global glasses so as to turn schools and classrooms into mirrors to the world. This is very important because when the students become familiar with different issues that occur around them and that these issues are also part of the world, they have a different perspective. And this is one way global competence encourages motivation, because when the students discover how the world is like, they discover about the resources, the different cultures, the different religions, customs of the world, they become normally they become intrinsically motivated, because it is very interesting information that they need to know and that the different subjects usually shared, especially when we use project-based learning. It is important to stress the fact that if students are not learning to engage in the issues of our time, they are not learning the necessary skills to live in an ever-changing world. This is very important, because when teachers concentrate on contents, they forget about the importance of these skills that should be developed in the 21st century. Remember that 21st century education is concerned with the skills that students need in order to be able to become autonomous and to be able to solve problems. It's not contents. Contents is a vehicle to reach the different skills they need to have. So when we start redirecting our aims in education, we realize the importance of global competence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patricia, for your insightful and in details discussions about our today's topic. So I know that global competence is a multidimensional construct that requires a combination of knowledge, skill, attitude, and values successfully applied to global issues for intercultural situations. Global issues refers to those that affect all people and have deep implications for current and future generations. I hope that. So just in here is notable that just a student of my school has joined us. Her name is Tausifa Ajam. She wants to blessing from all of you because she is an SSC candidate this year. Tausifa Ajam, Prabha, please, if you say something, please, you can.
Okay, ma'am. Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Hello.
My name is Tausifa Ajam, 10th grade student, I am very happy to be involved in this program. Currently, I am a student of SSC 2021, and if we are almost 1 year behind the academic year due to COVID-19, everyone will pray for me so that I can get good result and become a good person and something for the world. I will learn something new from you regularly in this program of ma'am. After my examination, everyone will pray for me. Okay, ma'am.
Where are you from?
She's from Bangladesh.
Transition.
Bangladesh. She's my
I'm-
student.
Good, good, good.
I'm
That's
from
great.
Bangladesh.
Okay,
She's
congratulations
my
on your
student. She's
interest.
already 10th grade student. She's candidate in this year. Okay, Prabha, thank you for your sharing with us. I have raised some questions on
Thank
the
you, ma'am.
topic of today's discussions. Now I will request just Teresi for please. My question is to you. Please, Teresi, unmute your microphone.
Well, I don't really have much more to add than what Patricia did. She really covered the topic well. I did put in 2 PDFs for people that they can download and look at what the skills are. And those skills are things that we embed in our work with the Global Matrix Readers Theater. Okay, it's very important that we not only learn about what's going around us in the world, but also to give voice to those learners, to talk about and to share that out. And that's one of the things that we try to instill, is the being able to write your stories, to tell your stories, so we can script them and get them out for everybody to read and share and talk about. But Patricia has very well explained the what and the why and the necessity for it. We're taking the action to make it happen. And yeah, I don't know really much more to say than that. Then you have to take the action to be able to make it happen. You have to show your teachers different ways to be able to make that happen. You have to try and involve them in the process. And that's truly so important if you're going to make any changes. And the teachers have to feel that they have the support of other teachers, of other people to take these risks, because as Patricia says, it's not about the content of the curriculum. It isn't. But as you heard from your student, pray for her for the exams that she's testing. Are they testing skills and knowledge of things in the world? Or are they testing content, that was drilled into them by what's the government has decided is the curriculum that they need to learn? And they aren't prepared, even when they do take the tests. And one of my students that I work with in another country, Nazifa, who comes in every time to my Global Matrix Readers Theater, who actually has led one once in a while, she is in a panic about the tests. She's taken 7 days of tests, and she's upset because she only got 98 points instead of 100. What is the matter with our society in making somebody as energetic, as brilliant, as competent and knowledgeable as she is, to feel that she is not of value because she got a 98 points instead of 100? It isn't about the points. It's about what she's doing and how she's doing it, and now she has to go through a whole nother series of exams to be able to get into college. I don't understand. She's spending a month doing exams instead of being able to do what she should be able to do, and that's to be able to learn and share and give back and develop as a strong human being. So much time is wasted for her. And And do these tests help them become global citizens? I don't believe so. I think all they do is they continue to try and narrow the learner down into thinking the way the government wants them to think, instead of creatively understanding what's going on around them and to come up and be able to problem solve those ideas, to have voice and say, no, this isn't the right way. Maybe this is a better way. Why can't we do it this way or try it that way? And really begin to work together in the process. Anyhow, thank you.
So I think, Tracy, that the problem is that normally teachers do not feel themselves changes, agents of change. They do not believe they are agents of change. So they cannot help students develop this agency. So first of all,
I don't even know if it's they don't. Some of them do. I have met so many teachers who know.
no, of course that there are many teachers, but they are
the fear they have to take on that role because of repercussions from the educational system that they work under.
I think that we can introduce changes, although we are part of a system, because innovative teachers, we are in a period of transformation at the moment, and there are teachers who are still following a traditional model. That's why content is so important for them, and they forget about the skills. And there are teachers who are already innovating. Well, so we are part of the group of teachers who are innovating, and we are part of a system. So in spite of being part of a system, we can introduce our own changes and give the students what they really need. At the end of the term, we give the government the marks or the grades they want, but we are really giving the students the skills they need to become the citizens of the future. It's not pure content. We are giving them skills. And what I find difficult is to make teachers realize that redirection in teaching is important. It's not a question of contents, it's a question of skills. And I can see, because I observe classes, I visit schools, and they are still obsessed with content and
Patricia, I have interrupted you. Can you clear to me what is the competence between competency?
Me?
Just clear to me what is the difference between competence and competency?
I sent you the information. A competence is related to action, and competency is related to behavior traits. A competence is required, for example, in a job. A competence is required, for example, in the classroom. That's the difference. So there is a slight difference in meaning between the two, and the term that we usually use to refer to global issues is competence, not competency, right?
Thank you for your clear, give me clear idea. Just Shagurika, unmute your microphone.
I'm unmute already. Hello, how are you all? Good to see all of you.
First of all, happy to see you and welcome to our platform. I have a question. How can teacher encourage global perspectives in their students?
Yeah, how can teacher encourage global perspective is, again, there are various means. First of all, global perspective should be a column in the lesson plan. Every topic that the teacher is teaching should be able, the teacher should plan the lesson in such a way that the teacher should add 1 or 2 global perspectives in every topic, because ultimately it is our goal that we need to create global citizens. And now, knowing the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals which are there, we also need to include the Sustainable Development Goals in each and every topic. And how the teachers would do is, first is by, of course, in the lesson plan. Secondly, by research, by creating a research mindset between the children. You can give the children how we give them projects. So let them research how. That's by developing the research mindset. We tell them that this is the topic done. Now you will look at this particular topic globally and get back to us. So by this, what is happening? You are hitting 2 birds at the same time. You're also attaining the global perspective, plus at the same time, you're also developing research skill in the children. You know, like for example, like for example, if we talk about cloud seeding, if we talk about cloud seeding, so now cloud seeding is a very new concept to the children that comes under the water cycle. So cloud seeding, now let them, just give them this and then tell them that go and research, and everybody will make a presentation in a group. So even that, for that the teacher herself has to be research oriented. So this is the second way. The third way is that the teacher takes the children out of the four walls of the classroom to teach that topic in a real life situation. That is also global perspective. That is something that is not mentioned in the textbook, but is out of the textbook, is out of the four walls of the classroom, and where the child can maybe watch something, can dramatize something. There can be a monologue, there could be a dialogue, there could be a symposium, there could be a display, a project display, and all those things can also be done in a mother tongue, in different mother tongues. So when you do something in different mother tongues and then explain it in the national language of that particular country, again you're developing global perspectives, so that the children learn to respect different dialects, different languages, and not make fun of the language. Because mother tongue, also developing mother tongue is very important for us as educators in the children whom we are looking at. So then that's also one more way of developing global perspectives. And of course, getting guest lectures in the classroom. You have, every country has, like for example, now I see on Shamsuddin sir's platform, Patricia is doing lessons in English. So what is this? Patricia is coming to Bangladesh and she's introducing global perspectives with the Bangladesh crowd. So that is the beauty, because now once we've come online, the most, like today also, what are we doing here? We all are sitting here and we are all discussing one particular topic. So when we are discussing one particular topic, we are just bringing all the perspectives of different countries. So it is again global perspectives right now. Whatever topic Mumtaz gives us, we have a global outlook towards the same topic. So this is a discussion, online discussion like this is also developing global perspective in the children. You can do the same thing even for children. And also, there are many methods. And last but not the least, asking the children, wherever they go, they travel, learn something new wherever you are traveling, and come and have a pool of information. That is how, what have you all seen in the different place? How was it different from your native place where you all are living? So all of this inquiry, so this is also inquiry based learning with respect to places. So when you give children a chance, so it's like a pool of knowledge where they can come together and they can share information, they can share their views. And when they share different views, that is all but, different perspectives. And I'm sure if we give them the kind of criteria that no, those perspectives that you all are sharing need not be local. It has to be outside local. It has to be global. GLOLACAL, global. The moment we tell them global, that means local and global together. How they can sync the information and how they can present the information is nothing but teaching them global perspectives. That's how.
Thank you.
I love the term global. I love it, that term. It's very meaningful.
Very meaningful. Yes. Very meaningful.
Thank you, Shagorika. Undoubtedly true. I always get a lot of important information from my negotiators on the topic, which is much more helpful in maintaining the quality of education. So in this stage, I would like to request Laila, please unmute your microphone. First of all, if you agree, Shagorika's discussion, please explain why.
Very good evening and good morning to Patricia ma'am, rest of you, good evening. And it is my privilege and honor to participate on this 30th webinar organized by Bangladesh under the leadership of our dearest Mamdas ma'am. I'm really thankful to her for inviting me. And most of the topics we discuss and we take for discussion is really touching as well as the need of the hour. So today the topic is global, how to ensure global competency or global competence among the children. So just like Sagarika Mama has already told, there are different ways by which we can ensure global competence. So first of all, the teacher should understand where the level of the child is instead of imposing the things on that child. That is why she said the local language or the mother tongue is very important. First of all, the child should know the repercussions or the information he is getting is reliable, which are the sources he is getting, which are the information he is getting, whether it is reliable or not. That reliability has to be brought by the teacher, because the teacher is a mature person, and the mature person should work or think according to the maturity level, and the teacher can help the children to think about the topic by means of different devices, audio visual, as well as the project work also, and the field trip. All these things will be helping the students to understand the importance of each and every problem. Just like in the same locality, even though wherever I am living, different types of people, different cultures, different tradition, because it is a cosmopolitan city. You cannot say that only Hindi, people, those who are speaking Hindi is only here. People, those who have taken birth in Uttar Pradesh is here. No, Lucknow is already becoming a cosmopolitan city. So in that particular situation, we should know how to communicate with them, how to transfer our ideas or share our ideas and views with them. Instead of mocking and teasing their language, instead of teasing and mocking at their accent, we should have to develop the belongingness, that belongingness of what? The globe. We all belong to the globe. We all are the citizens of the globe. That is why global citizenship, that word has come. I am really very proud to say that whichever school I was working for 22 years, that school has given lots and lots of importance to global citizenship. Now also, they are working for global citizenship, and that is the reason why the manager has been awarded with the Nobel Prize by UNESCO. The reason why we are thinking so, because we have already come to know one and only one fact, that interdependence is very, very, very important. Interdependence will take place only when we are making our children to analyze all the on the topic, on the issues what the people of the world are facing. Let them understand the topic, let them understand the issues, let them think about it, let them find out the solution. That is why we are giving the project to them. If we are already telling them that these are the sites, let them analyze, go through it, and then come up with the ideas, either by means of conducting seminars, discussions, or debate, or even dialogue writing, or even drama. There are so many methods by which we can ensure global competence. If the teachers are ready to do that, surely we will be able to develop that global citizenship, the idea, and we will be able to make this beautiful earth a better place to live in. That is what I believe, because people say either by ice or fire the world will come to an end. Let it be, let us try to develop the particular thinking in the minds of the children, that is love for each and everyone, love everyone, and enmity to none. Love all, hate none. This should be the policy. This should be the moral we have to give to our children, because they are the young minds, the beautiful plants, the tender plant. We can mold it accordingly. When they become a tree, it is not possible at all. So at the right time, by the right person, especially the teachers and even the parents too, can develop the global ideas, and they will be able to develop the idea of global citizenship. This is what I feel. Thank you so much. And I totally agree with Sagarika ma'am also, whatever she has spoken. And I too like that particular word. What is that? Local, isn't it? Global plus local. Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you, Laila. After 10 minutes, we will rejoin. Just around now.
Time up.
In fact, our negotiators are so powerful speaker that we all have to agree with their argument, strong argument, that we are truly fortunate to have a global teacher family despite the global epidemic. Are you agree with me? In this stage, I would like to audience just some of new audience has involved our today's program. If you want to say something about our program, please, you can, anybody or anyone. That's like Sarita Bhashani, Suresh Swardi, Aisha ma'am, Dr. Pranay Bala, like that.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah.
Vaswani here. Yeah. Hello, Mumtaz, ma'am. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah. So first of all, I would like to say that thank you for choosing me to be the part of this 30th episode of webinar organized by you. And this is such a really need of the hour that all the teachers of the world should connect with each other by somehow as we are connected here with internet. So this is very important. Now we are living in 21st century, and our students should know each and everything what is going on around the world. For that, first of all, we have to need ourselves to be globalized. We need to be globalized for ourselves, because if the teachers will be global, then only the student will touch the sky. If we will not maintain ourselves, or we will not develop our creativity, and we will not change ourselves, then how come our students will change? So these types of program is very urgent, and it is very useful for us also, and I'm thankful for to you. And as Dr. Sagarika Roy said, that local plus global, this is equal to local. Yes, it should be happen. We should work hard with our local level, and then after we should connect with global. Okay, so really, it's a hot topic, and we should think and discuss about these things, the points that we have to work with the students according to their maturity level. We need to give each and every skill to our student, that according to go there with their maturity level, how much capable they are to adopt all the things, all the new things. And by using so many skills or tricks, we can give them all the things what we should need to give them. That's all, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarita Bhashani ma'am, for sharing us your insightful views and about our programs. Thank you. I hope that you will stay with us in next time. This is our regular weekly roundtable sessions.
Sure, ma'am.
Aisha ma'am.
Assalamu alaikum. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I would like to thank to you, Mamtaz ma'am, that you have sent me the link and I have joined here. And actually, here I can see some new member whom I haven't seen before. So good evening to everyone. And today's topic is wonderful and very effective for us, as we are the teacher and we are the nation maker. So if we are locally, as our ma'am Sarita ma'am, Sagarika ma'am said, that global and local, we will mix it. So if we can do that, our student will be very benefited, because when we know about other culture, our society, others, what they used to teach the topic and the technique, then we can share them to our student. It will be more benefited for our student. As you know that in our rural area, there is a lot of problem. So when we can share or we can learn some easy technique to others, then we can use it to our school. And the more thing that when there are a lot of project in around our world, where if we join in some several webinar, or we can share our feelings or share our experience to each other, it will be more helpful to us. And the more the teacher know, the more they can deliver to their student. So thank you, ma'am, and best wishes to all of you.
Thank you, Aisha ma'am, for your wonderful sharing. Hope that we will join 1.5 minutes after 1.5 minutes. So in this stage, Dr. Pranay sir, can we say something, please? Dr. Pranay sir. Suresh, sir. Okay.
Good evening. I'm Pranay Bala from Gopalganj, Bangladesh. I'm a new member or new participant of this session, but it is very effective to me. We are a teacher for the nation builder, of course, but we are not so much nation building making process. We are not actively participate. So we must have to do for a global competency based teaching profession. It will be a globalized system for this development of this prakriya process. So we have to learn this very well. Ma'am Sagarika ma'am also explained it. Patrika ma'am also explained it. So very thanks to everybody, and thanks to Mamtas ma'am. Okay, good.
Thank you, Pranay sir. Suresh sir,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like to request Suresh sir, please continue your speech.
Good evening, everybody. Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone, for giving me a chance to tell me about the subject, that is, what is global competency or education for global competency.
Sorry for mistake, just education for global competence, not competency.
Global competence.
Yes.
Yes, okay. I think students need to use in order to fully understand global or intercultural issues and situations. The capacity to evaluate information, formulate argument, and explain complex situations and problems. The capacity to identify and analyze multiple perspectives and world views, positioning and connecting their own and others' perspectives on the world. So it is very useful to teach the students how to assess global competence. So I would try to explain that if the capacity to evaluate information by using evidence, identifying bias and information, for example, in India, when we teach the students about Rabindranath Tagore, his poetry, that is Heaven for Freedom, we try to tell the students about the international brotherhood, that is where the world has been not broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. In this way, the capacity to evaluate information, formulate arguments and explain complex situations and problems. This way, we can try to teach the students about global competency. Teachers should also use classroom assessment techniques, as well as while teaching the students global competency, we should use document authentic evidence, and exercise reflections regularly. So student can easily understood what is global competence, because in a rapidly changing world, to be local and global problem solver is the skill, values, behaviors that prepare young people to thrive in a more diverse intercultural world. So I think it is very important and essential topic for the teachers all over. Thank you.
Thank you, Suresh Addi sir. You are newcomer of our global platform. I hope that you will stay us within next time. Talukdar sir, please have a question. How do we teach global competence?
Hello. Good evening, and for someone, good morning. I hope everyone is very nice condition, and we know Dr. Shagorika already visited many places in the vacation, and she enjoyed highly. And I'm very wondering why she's working with the elderly people. So this really make me feel wonder. And maybe sometimes she is in a CVs, sometime in a hall, sometime in auditorium. But really, she's trying to keep everyone strong. Congratulations, Shagorika, for your work. And still now, again, Patricia is working all over the earth to awaken the teacher and student. That's really very good. And what the topic we are talking is related with that, undoubtedly true, undoubtedly true. If we want to make everything global, then we have to make a meeting, such Mumtaz is doing in every way, which is helping us to closer and more closer and to understand each one and other and to recognize the culture of the other countries and societies. But the question is that, you know, Laila Jacob also said globalization is very important, but at the same time, her city is also changing very quickly because India is a very vast country where the multicultural people are working together. Even in a big cities, there is a combination of a lot of people with a lot of language, ideas, and thoughts. To cover up this is really very hard for any cities. And right now in Bangladesh, we are lucky in a sense that it is almost homogeneous, but still now we have facing a lot of problem as because everything is going under the consideration of the world. If we want to get a job, then we have to go out from our country. We have to share our ideas with other people. We have to go out from our countries. In such a condition, Mamata selected a very good topic, undoubtedly true. And she's always doing a lot of home tasks. This is really very good. And I hope once she will able to write a very good book for the people of the earth, like Shagorika, then it will go in Amazon for sailing, maybe. I hope so. Anyway, the important thing is that if we want to be a global citizen, or if we want to gain the competencies to give support to the people of the globe, then we have to change many things very rapidly because time is very short. Time is very short. And if you just consider the condition of the countries, like Bangladesh and other countries, those who are the developing or just promoted to developed country, and other part, the European part, they are already a developed country. And the knowledge has been exercised in European country for long 2000 years. But the subcontinent like India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Iran, Iraq, they have also a rich culture on education, but the progressiveness of education and scientific thoughts are not so strong as European country. You know, once America was really a desert, but the people, because they have no food, so they struggle too hard to gain the support of the machine, mechanics, and science. Thereby they overcome that. But Bangladesh, India is really very fertile land, so they never tried hard to get food, and it really stopped their gaining knowledge, because they're very happy with their local food, local people. But with that of the time, population is grown too much, and we just destroyed a lot of our natural resources. For that reason, still now we are fighting for surviving. And if we consider how should we train up our children, our teacher to become a global citizen, or to, in other words, gaining competencies about how to survive on the earth. So we have a lot of challenges. Globally, we are now facing, for example, environmental issues are there, conflict are there, ethnic coalitions are there, and even some countries are using technology to recover their economy. For example, we already know fourth revolution will come. Already it started, where the robot will do almost all the tasks. So then the role of people will change automatically, because then only the brain, only the thinking, only the higher level thinking will capable them to survive. But in third world, this is really very tough. Still now, if you consider, I just give one example, very simple example. Still now in third world, in maximum case, people are just cramming everything without understanding. That's very dangerous something. Because the job nature is not like that, to use their technical ideas or high level order thinking for getting job in third world. Because one example, some of my friends, those who went abroad for study, then they came back in our country. Unfortunately, they did not get any job, because it is not matching with that of the culture. You know, someone is just learn how to assemble a airplane, but in third world, there's a very few countries those who have a assembling factories. Even if you think robotics, if someone is just studied highly about robotics or micro techniques, now everything is became very little. That's a micro. Now the question is that how should we change it? So we have to look over in three ways. When we have to set a mindset, or we have to change our thinking capability or ability to think about the future. Everybody will not just do it, but you, the people who are here, really you are working for that. I know Teresa, she is working very hard in her age. It's really wonder me that night after night he is just passing without sleep, and he is just making communication with all the teacher of the world, and she has some wonderful ideas how to make everything globalized. So for that, yes, please, would you please tell me anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Talukdar sir, just
Yes.
I want to just my clearance, for my clearance. There is so much work being done in the world on education, but why need for global competence?
Okay, all right, all right. In the whole over the world, you told that many tasks has done, but it was done locally, not globally. That's one important thing. Second, why we need globalization or global competency? Nowadays, no country can survive alone, because one very important thing, our mineral, if you just consider the minerals of the earth, you will see some countries are very rich in minerals, some countries are not. Even if you consider the environment, some countries are in a very worst condition. So people are just start to move journey from one country to another country, to adjust in another country and another environment with some new technological knowledge. Every children should need to adapt with that. For that reason, children should know how to survive in a globe with their skills. Now, 21st century skills are very important. If we cannot able to introduce it in our school properly, then the children will not able to understand what to do and how to do. If you just consider in Bangladesh, do we have enough project with the foreign countries in each school to communicate with one another, which will allow them to understand other countries. Unfortunately, the opportunity is very little, or we might not able to afford those scopes. For example, I am just talking about Hans. She really started work with the whole over the world. But if you just start to work, you will not get a single people to understand her right now. But we have to work hard to make a background where the teacher and the people will start to work with him. Before children, we need to equip our education system and teachers. If the teacher will not able to support the children, then the children will never able to gain the competencies to survive on the earth. So this is very important for every country to make their children capable to cope with the new situation in whole over the world or whole over the earth. Thank you, Mamutaz.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful discussions. From this program, I get new information every day. I hope that in which I get the opportunity to enrich myself every day, every time. Hopefully, our audience will be benefited from our discussions or from our programs, from our negotiation discussions. Thank you, our negotiators, and thank you, Shamsuddin Talukdar sir. In this stage, I would like to, Patricia, please. Is global education competence just for a student or for teachers, parents, and everyone? Which one?
Yes, no, this is what I said before. If we want our students, help them become agents of change, the teachers should be convinced that they are agents of change too. We cannot teach students to become engaged citizens if we do not know how to do it. So that's why teachers need to know about the world, how it works, and in what way they can relate what they are learning in the classroom to what is happening around the world. That's why teachers should bring the real world into the classroom, and schools and classrooms should be turned into mirrors to the world. When the students feel that the world is part of their classroom, they are able to relate what they are learning to real life experiences. That is to say that they are learning, taking into consideration authentic experiences, so that when we try to promote global competence, the students are learning by doing. Isn't it great? So you see how all the different aspects of education are connected through global competence. Global competence is the competence the students should learn in the 21st century. And if we start analyzing the different components around this type of competence, you find that the students become agents of their own learning. They become proactive. Why? Because when they are concerned with different issues that may occur locally and globally, they develop critical and lateral thinking. They become innovative. They become responsible. In a word, they become proactive because they are can-do learners. So when they are can-do learners, this means that they are active participants in what they are doing. That's why they can take action. The teacher is preparing them to become active participants. And when they are in this type of environment in which global issues are considered, they can solve problems, taking into consideration the strategies, the resources, and all the skills that are provided through global competence. So I think that when global competence is part of the environment of the classroom, the students have the opportunity to integrate what they are learning more meaningfully. That's why projects should be encouraged when global competence is part of the teaching and learning process. Why? Because the students can use the information from the different subjects, and in this way, they are able to have a better understanding of what is happening locally and globally. First of all, we need to engage students in what is happening in their own town or city. For example, the questions may be, why is poverty present in my town? Is really authorities paying attention to the poor people that are present in our community? How do they feel? So we can start doing a project like this so that the students get directly involved in what poverty is, or for example, racial problems, or for example, population growth. So there are lots of different topics the students can cover. But the thing is that when we are introducing this global competence in the classroom, the students have the opportunity to learn by doing. Isn't it great?
Thank you, Patricia, for your elaborate and insightful discussions. If I know that just some of reason and positive outcomes for global competence, just 3 levels. First of all, personal self and community, family, local or regional group of organizations, and then last of world. That means global. So in this stage, I would like to, Teresi, please unmute your microphone. Why focus our work with educators and students' attentions to the global competence indicators identified above?
Well, I'm really not sure I understood your question, but what I put in the chat box was the diagram of the matrix of a learner, which is a philosophy that I have been trying to promote globally in education to get people to look at things differently. And if you look at that, you'll see that it sort of looks like a bicycle wheel. Okay, you have the center, the hub being the learner, which can be an individual or it can be a group of people. It can be a community. It can be a country. It doesn't matter what is in the middle. The point is that they are looking and researching their environment to learn more and to make it a better place. And the circles around it is what I call the learning process, which has to start with the learners asking questions. They need to be able to have the freedom to ask questions about, as Patricia was saying, why is there poverty in my neighborhood? And is it just in my neighborhood? Is it in other neighborhoods? What is going on in my city that is different or that is the same as in other cities in my country? And then they expand that into global. You can see that there are 5 resources that I identify as being critical for the learners to be able to find their answers. Their parents and family are very critical and understanding and thinking a little differently about learning and education. And their peers are also important, as are educators. But if you'll see there, another spoke to that is community. Community is a whole resource of learning. And being able to develop the understanding of what is in their community also develops inherently those skills in the reading and in the math and the communication and all of those things that curriculum is trying to force on you. It comes in naturally by exploring what's around them and better understanding it, and then being able to make choices of how they can give what their knowledge is back to the community to make it better. So in the matrix, mastery is in there, but it really is only in there because it keeps the picture pretty. Because we don't master, I don't think we master anything. We're always learning, always asking questions, searching for answers, okay? It's really what can we do with our learning and the knowledge that we're gaining that we can give back to our community, to our family, to our country, to the world, that's going to be able to make change and to make things better. That's That's my philosophy. And I think that, and I can't pronounce half the people's name, but yes, it's very important that you understand your community and you understand the jobs that are there. And if you understand the jobs that are in your community, you will better understand what academics are you going to need to learn. If there's a certain job in your community that you'd like to do when you get older, what are the academic skills that you have to be able to do that and to be competent and successful in those areas? So, yeah, every one of us is a learner and every one of us is a resource. And it's important to remember that interconnection between each other and how important it really is to being able to move ourselves and our communities and our countries and therefore the world forward in a positive direction. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresi, for your elaborate and insightful discussions. Really, from each of your discussions, really, I have gained subject-based knowledge and enrich ourselves as well as just share with others so that we can make a real difference and make sure global quality of education. Thank you. In this stage, I would like to, Sagorika, please, how can we monitor progress towards global competence?
Yeah, how can we monitor? There are various ways of monitoring global competency amongst the children or parents or whatever it is. When you have in school, what we have debates, we have elocutions, we have, as I said, we have symposiums, seminars and all that. So the content, what is the content? So if the content is rich and the content is not local, the content should be local. So if the content is rich and includes all perspectives and includes a broader thinking, that your divergent thinking approach, then you can really see that yes, we've been able to achieve global, we've been able to change our learners to be global learners, and also at the same time, also the outlook, once we, that one is these, that second thing is the outlook, the way the children look at a problem. So outlook is very important. So when we include them in problem solving session, like we give our children a case study, we give them a case study and we say them, okay, now this is the case study in front of you, now this is a problem that you all need to solve. So when the way they solve that particular problem will only go to show that whether they are thinking local or they are thinking global. So problem solving is very important. And then next, I spoke about discussions, I spoke about problem solving, and the next is about approach. The approach, when problem solving is on, but then when we talk about approach, approach is like whenever there is a stimulus given, any stimulus which is given to the child, and the child needs to act according to the stimulus. So when the child takes that particular stimulus and acts accordingly, now what is the approach of the child with respect to the stimulus is something that we need to look into. We need to search for global perspectives. Like for example, if the child is given a book, or if we teach a poem, like, we had Suresh sir over here spoke about Rabindranath Tagore's poem. Okay. So if we give the child a poem, now that particular poem, if the theme of that poem is, say, suppose nationality is the theme. Okay. Now, if the theme of the poem is nationality, let the child find research for another poem which from a different country, from a global author, and present the same thing. So these are exercises that can be done in the classroom to improve the creativity, also to improve the global approach of the children. So approach, so I spoke about approach, I spoke about global problem solving, and also through discussion methods, and then of course project-based learning. Project-based learning is one kind of learning wherein if you involve your child in various projects, and the way the child is handling that particular project, the outlook towards that particular project, and the inputs in that particular project will tell you that whether the child is thinking locally or is thinking globally. So then these are 4 very good methods in the classroom that we can involve the child into. But then otherwise, even in the morning, you know, when the child is reading the news, like many schools, we have the news reading session in the morning where we speak about local news, international news, and things like this. So the way the child looks into a particular news article and revolves the discussion around that particular news article itself shows the outlook of that particular child, whether the child has a local attitude or has a global attitude. So that attitude, approach, discussion, problem solving, all these methods are the ones that actually help the child, helps us to understand that whether the child is local or global. That's it. Thank you. You're on mute. Mamtaz, you're on mute.
We cannot listen to you,
Asha,
Mamta.
for your insightful discussions. Surely have got some point from your discussions. Global competence global competence is not a student for also for all. In this stage, I'd like to Ekota, please unmute your microphone since you have joined end of the session. Please, if you say something about our program, please, you can. Ekota, are you there?
Yes, thank you, Mumtaz. Thank you so much for giving all of us such a wonderful platform. We can exchange our values, we can exchange our opinion, and also learn so many things from each other's experience. It's definitely going to be a wonderful learning for us, and we'll be implementing whatever we are learning and discussing from each other. I was not able to join on time. I was able to hear Tracy and Sagarika. They have been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ekota, for sharing your views. We'll remain just 9 minutes until 9 minutes. So I have a last question. What strategy can be used for fostering global competence? Laila, please. What strategy can be used for fostering global competence?
So for fostering global competence, I would like to tell only one thing. The teacher should be the transforming agent of transformation. When we think about globally, we cannot ignore local things also. We should be ready to accept and understand the mindset of the children, and we have to prepare them by means of thinking about the issues which they are seeing locally, and on the basis of that, they will be able to think about it in the global way also. So we can say that coming together is a beginning. Coming together is a beginning, and acting together is a success. We have come together to think about this global competence. We have already discussed and we have already put up so many ideas, views, but we have to act together. The same way, excuse me, the teacher, if she is ready to become the agents of transformation, she will be able to sow the seeds of that transformation in the minds of the children. Whatever projects, whatever devices, whatever methods she is going to use for the betterment of the children, to make them to think globally, depends upon the mindset and the planning of the teacher. Again, I will tell, the teacher is a matured person to a certain extent, we can say. So if the teacher is thinking like that, surely she can become the great role model, the person who is sowing the seeds of globalism at the right time in the minds of the children. As we all know, in this present scenario, globalization has become one of the main theme of this present world. We are becoming more and more interdependent. There was a time when people thought that we are becoming independent. Now, at this present time, the present scenario, the present world is making us to think only one thing: interdependent. Understanding, mutual cooperation, mutual support, interdependence. All these things are already coming up and making us to believe that alone we cannot do nothing. Together we can stand for, because where there is unity, surely we will be able to get a success. So if the teacher tries to, if the teacher is teaching English, she should coordinate with the rest of the other subject teachers too. So altogether, that particular day, what is the input the teachers are putting? It is the duty of the administrator to check that. And if the outcome is really fruitful, that particular day, you have already achieved that success. So that success is in our hands. If we are ready, success is ready to welcome us. If we are not ready, nothing is going to happen. So as being the educators, we have to develop that particular thinking in our mind to work globally, to act globally, and even though we think locally, but act globally. That is what I want to say as a message on the basis of this particular beautiful topic, that is global competence. So by means of global competence, our children, our youngsters will not be facing any problem of unemployment, any problem of lagging in communication, or any problem of understanding the culture and traditions of the other country's people. They will begin to think the only and only one thing, that is fatherhood of God and brotherhood of men. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Laila, for your grateful and insightful discussions. We say the Silesh Shrestha sir. Sir, our time is so limited. If you say something about our program, please, you can. Silesh Shrestha sir. Just 2 minutes.
Hello.
Your time is just 2 minutes.
Welcome, Shailesh.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm just going to listen because right now I'm driving. Is it okay if today I'm just in the part of listening?
Okay.
I'm just going to listen.
No problem. If you're driving, it's better pay attention to what you're doing.
Yeah, right.
So go on driving.
Yes.
Next time you are invited to come and have your word.
Yeah, but I am listening.
Sir, right. It's not doesn't problem. Just if you have joined, we have placed, and now we will finish with everyone's permission. Many thanks for making the program a success for so long, and thank you, because today's 30 program episode 30 episode has been already completed with great cooperation, collaboration, and communication. So I'm very grateful all of you. We need to very aware of global epidemic. We have to make arrangements to keep ourselves healthy and others healthy. Stay safe. See you next time, next week, and with a new topics. So okay. On the best time. Bye-bye. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you, all of. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, Mumtaz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice talk, Laila.
Thank you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
End of the sessions, our education officer will have joined just.
Yeah.
After remaining 1 minute.
Okay.
Mustafa sir, just will remaining 2 minutes. So just if you say something, end of the moment, please, you can, sir. Probably she is out of net. So all of goodbye and see you next time, next program. Thank you all.
Thank you.